What was your first question for him? Asbestos.
It's everywhere. My name is Junot Lee, and I'm playing the bouncer. My character's kind of the aggressive badass of the short film. He's the way he was described to me from Justin, our fearless director, was the story's kind of a take on Greek mythology, and he's Cerberus because the brothel is the underworld. So he's just guard dog, purely fierce. He's just he was taken in as as a youngin, as a little kid, and he was just brainwashed by the owner and by the madam to just kind of I don't know, it's kind of a warped sense of loyalty to them, and that he feels like they're giving him everything he wants in life, and in return he's kind of giving the service, and he feels like he's just living the life right now. It's an intense role, but it's very straightforward to play. I mean, it's pure aggression. He's a very sadistic character. He really enjoys his job because he has to throw out people all the time, and he enjoys that physical violence. He enjoys kind of subjecting people to that, and he enjoys having that authority and that freedom to operate in that space. So I guess the best way to put it is it's a very defined piece of the story. You know what I mean? He's just blatantly a villain. He's blatantly this kind of threatening figure, this menacing figure throughout the story. There's no real vulnerability to him per se. The human scale has basically been whipped out of him since he was a kid. So it's very it's a very direct role, I guess. It's kind of just winging off the cuff, I guess. So.
So how's that different from any of the other roles you play?
So how is that different from the other roles you're playing? Jasmine here is sweating me. So it's different because, I guess the other roles I usually play, you have to find some sort of human scale to make the person likable, you know what I mean? Because you want the audience to kind of buy into, all right, I get why it's this way. And for this character, he might have had that years ago, but at this point in the story, when Jacob's character Keith comes into the brothel, he's lost that human scale because this is his life. You know what I mean? Like he's tired all the time because he gets off to this. You know what I mean? He's just literally living the life in his head, and he just he's not really connected to humanity anymore. So that's the best way I could describe it, I guess. So how does the intense makeup sit with me? Stop laughing, Jasmine. So, I mean, it contributes a lot to the character. Something that I crafted for myself was that the character, in Thailand, there's a really popular drug called yaba, which is a mixture of meth and caffeine. So, this guy, he probably never sleeps. He's probably, an insomniac. So, the intense, dark circles and all that, they really, just help with the aggressive appearance, that he's just, this psychopathic, relentless kind of character. So it helps, I mean, my scowls and all that are a little more intense, that kind of thing. So the makeup artist did a fine job.
Thank you.
The director is incredible. He's one of the main reasons why I immediately, he approached me, offering me the role, and just hearing him talk about it, I know how important the subject, of human trafficking is to him. He spent some time in Thailand. And the fact that he wanted to approach it with a very, he had a very meticulous approach. He had a very expansive vision of what he wanted. He was very careful to really be considerate of all the little details and to make sure that this was a very well-told story. And, when you have an opportunity to work with someone that passionate, you jump on it. So, yeah.